A wise woman once said, "The only way out is through." When I turned 16, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. Fortunately, the doctors caught it early on at stage 0, so luckily it wasn't invasive. She had the choice between getting a lumpectomy, which was a surgery that would remove the cancer, however, it wasn't 100%, or getting a bilateral mastectomy, which means she would have to get both of her boobs cut off. As you can imagine, this was a very difficult choice that my mom needed to make. She decided to go with the bilateral mastectomy because she never wanted to think about the thought of the cancer coming back. My whole entire life has just been me and my mom, so as you can imagine, this whole cancer thing really got to me. My mom is so much more than my mom. She's my best friend, the person I look up to, the person who I go to for everything. It's almost like she's a teenager and trapped inside an adult's body. However, she still manages to drive me crazy every once in a while. A little while after the surgery, which went very, very, very well, my mom finally started to get back to her hot power yoga classes. One day she came home with a phrase she had heard from her yoga instructor. The saying was, "The only way out is through." Normally, when my mom says something like this to me, it usually goes in one ear and right through the other. However, this time it was different. It was as if the quote had resonated inside of me. It really opened my eyes to how life really is. Nothing in life is planned, and most times when something happens, the only thing to do is go right through it, which is exactly what me and my mom did when she was diagnosed with cancer, and 2 years later, my mom was 100% healthy and a breast cancer survivor. For the past 2 years, my mom has amazingly walked the Avon Walk for Breast Cancer, which is a 60-mile, 3-day walkathon supported by thousands of loved ones. On the last day of the walk, there is a closing ceremony for all of the amazing walkers as well as their friends and family. These closing ceremonies were some of the most amazing memories I have. The air is filled with love, compassion, hope, happiness, and gratitude. A couple of weeks after my 18th birthday, I finally got the tattoo that I'd been waiting so long to get. The words, "The only way out is through," in the plumes of a feather. My mom also got a tattoo of the same words on her shoulder in the rays of a sun. The reason I got my tattoo was because A, I really wanted one, and B, because my mom is such a huge part of my life, and I wanted something that would constantly remind me of how strong and amazing she is. When I think about next year, the fact that the one way I've lived my whole entire life, that my whole group of friends are going to change, as well as my life and my school, I couldn't help but to keep "the only way out is through" stuck in the back of my mind. The change is going to be hard, but it will also be fun and happy and good. Once we get through the hardest part, the rest will slowly fall into place as we begin our road into adulthood. Congratulations, class of 2013, we made it.